It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And up next is Darius Slay. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Commanders and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Howell down to throw it. And that one too wide and incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well. And that's what they did in the last game.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Howell. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Ward to return. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Aaron Sipos on to punt for Philadelphia. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And they needed to be because our offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well, and that's what they did in their last game.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Gibson. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
Now trying to pick it up on 3rd. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
We're scoreless after 1. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Once more, Gibson. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursue, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Sly able to put this one through. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So he stopped for no gain, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Hurts. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win, and the defense is calling.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Burt sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Touchdown! Chris Watkins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Washington offense back out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
On the draw, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Robinson going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Sly able to put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So another good job defensively, because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all, because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. One last shot before the break. Howell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. It's likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
That's good for an Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. On the option to give to Swift here. And they can't bring him down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First possession of the second half now for Washington. 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 23. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, right back to Gibson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. First down, Hal to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Powell going to audible to something else. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. With a play fake, and now here's Hal to throw it. And he knocks puts the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, it's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Oh, absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. Only able to gain a couple there, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go play action with Hurts. This is Smith to the ground. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. Swift going to try up the middle. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Any old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Gainwell is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here we go now with Howell and the Commanders. Down by 12. A minute 53 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And this is incomplete. Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for third down. Here's Howell. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On third down, here comes Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Howell to throw. He goes right back the way of Hilton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting. With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
And once more, Howell back to the air. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Here's Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What an atmosphere this was, and the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That
field advantage. I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.